Happy New Year, everyone. This is Vintage Vinny, and I have a collective antique store, eBay, and thrift haul for you today. I know it's been quite a while since I put out my last video. I checked on YouTube, and it said it was about 2 weeks ago. I think that might be a little inaccurate, but nonetheless, I've got some really great stuff to share with you all. Past couple days, we hit some antique places. What I find about antique stores is that a lot of the places that we go to tend to offer sales after Christmas, because, you know, vendors want to move out their merchandise, and, you know, people put their Christmas stuff on sale. It's not half off like the big old big box stores, but hey, I'll take a little discount off of something that's vintage that I love. So I've got quite a collection of stuff to share with you all. Before I get into that, I got a couple things that I do want to show you, kind of some updates, and this is also my giveaway video. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I made a post for that. So, for Christmas, my parents gave me the new GoPro Hero 5. This is the most up-to-date camera. I'm still trying to learn how to work it. I've only toyed with it once, so I'm going to watch a few tutorials and see how this works, because I definitely want to use this for my webcam, and maybe I'll do some thrift alongs so you guys can see what the thrift stores are like around me. So I got that, and that was a really cool gift because I did want the GoPro. So that was that, and this is going to be the giveaway piece on my Instagram. All of us resellers, we are hustlers, and prior to Christmas, we got a huge shipment of Ray done in at my store. So when I saw that we got the hustle mugs in along with the junk trays that you guys saw on my Instagram post, I snatched these right up. I had to have this mug. Now, I'm not into the whole Ray done thing, and I know it seems like I'm sounding like a psychopath because I have a bunch of pieces that I've showed on, but these were the pieces that I really wanted to get, and I'm really excited to give this away, and especially because I did hit the 1,000 subscriber mark not that long ago. So 66 subscribers ago, I should have done this giveaway, but we are doing it now. I'm really excited to do that, so if you do want this hustle mug, reseller, or someone who found me on Instagram who is new to this, drop that comment below and let me know if you want it, because I'm really looking forward to giving this away. This is an awesome piece. So that was a quick little update. Yeah, and I did survive Christmas. As you all know, I don't really close at my job, and you'll have to excuse the paper crunching. So I don't really close at my job at all because my hours I put in are not for closing. But I did manage to survive. I mean, days were crazy. I actually took off the first few days after Christmas, the 26th and the 27th, off because I didn't want to deal with the madness, because now I work for a company that has a lot of clothing in it, and I didn't want to deal with all those returns. But lo and behold, when I came back after those 2 days, there were still a bunch of clothing returns, so... But anywho, it is what it is, and that's just the perks of retail. Can't do anything about it, so... Yeah, I'm happy I survived, and now I have to look forward to inventory where we scan all the stuff in the store. So, go figure with that. So let's get into the haul here. I found some pretty cool stuff. I can't wait to share that with you all. One piece is actually balancing out my new computer table that I got. So, hear me out here. Alright, so we went up to Fayetteville over by Treasured Vintage. I didn't get to meet up with her this time because we were just busy and whatnot. And this is actually a Walmart towel I found out when I did research on it. It's got the boomerang patterns on it. It's not old. And it just says, if you want breakfast in bed, sleep in the kitchen. I think this cost me like $3.50, which is not bad. And these retail at Walmart, surprisingly, for 17 bucks. So obviously these are sold at another department store for a lot more. But I thought that was really cool, and it does have that 50s bamboo look to it. And this is actually going into a late Christmas gift to one of my friends / former coworkers. From eBay, the one thing that I saw, again, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have already seen it, is this 1940s Noma bubble light box. And pardon the glare, the box is kind of shiny. That is just so cool. I would love to find some with bubble lights, but the box was just really cool, and it was a local piece somewhat. I paid $9.99, and it was about like $7 to ship, which I think was a little much for this. But I love the box nonetheless, and as you can see, there is some writing up here. I think that's how much it was sold at the department store that it was at. You can tell that this is an authentic old box. Like, I love the graphics on it. It was a great piece to use at Christmas time, and I'm super excited for it. Okay, oh yeah, for Christmas, My parents went to an antique place and they found me this really, really awesome melted plastic popcorn decoration candle. As you can see, almost looks as if the flame is being cut off, but what this white part here really is just a shadow to show off the flame. I thought that was super, super cool, and typically I'm not a fan of the candle stuff, but I love this, and I also love the Noel candle blow that I have, so this was a really, really cool gift. Fits me all too well, I think. Alright, now let me get into, where else? Okay, yes. Let's get into the antique mall stuff. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to do the thrift items first. Sorry, guys, I have to play around with some of this stuff because it's right in front of me and I have to configure some stuff. Okay, quick little thrift haul. DVD from the Goodwill. This was $1.99. I think this originally came from either Walmart or from, I'm thinking maybe Best Buy. That looks more like a Best Buy tag to me. It's a Three Stooges Curly Classics. I think this may have come in a set. I'm not exactly sure. Well, maybe not because it has an individual price on it. So you have A Plumbing We Will Go from 1940, Men in Black from 1934, Microphonies from 1945, Punch Drunks from 1934, Three Little Pigskins from 1934, and Women Haters from 1934. Again, I love the Three Stooges. Any episode can have me rolling on the floor laughing, especially if it's Curly. I'm not crazy about Shemp or any of the other earlier characters. It has to be Moe, Curly, and Larry for them to be good, so yeah. Alright, and these were very, very interesting. I've never seen them before, but for the price that I found them for, I had to pick them up. These are two vintage, I would say maybe 60s, late 50s, early 1960s, Tasty Freeze, Fiberglass serving trays. Let me see if I can get the logo in. I can't see what I'm doing here. So here we go. Tasty Freeze Big T Burger. These were 75 cents a piece. I think I'm going to keep this one for myself. It might be good for me to use when I'm doing haul videos. I can just throw everything on here. So I got that, or these. I didn't see any on eBay. If you guys have seen these before, or if you've sold them before, please let me know in the comments below what you think I can get for them, because they are in pretty good shape. They are made by, forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Silite, S-I-L-I-T-E. It says NSF, and it's made in Chicago here, USA, so these are definitely old pieces. 75 cents a piece, you couldn't beat that, or I could not beat that. This one, you can't really see the fiberglass in it all too well. This one you can, so I'm definitely going to keep that one for myself. I don't know, I was thinking maybe somewhere in the range of $30 to $40 maybe. Again, that's just a guesstimate, I'm not exactly sure. I'm probably going to have to do more research and see if I can find these, because I haven't been able to find them anywhere. Alright, so that's all of the thriftage and the eBay-age. So now we're going to get into the antique store stuff, which I'm super, super excited to share with you all because I've gotten some really cool stuff. Some pieces. Oh, there's some stuff underneath here I forgot about. So if you guys follow Deanna Moyers, aka Vintage Touch, she has an antique booth in Antique Crossroads in Hagerstown, Maryland, which is not that far from where I live now. So, and that place, it's awesome. There's another mall that's like literally on the right side, and I always find stuff in there. Like literally every time I go in there, there's this one booth, and I always manage to buy something from them because his prices are so reasonable. And everything that I bought that one day, I actually bought something for Amazon that, of course, wasn't vintage. It was from 2007. It was a Jeopardy game. Paid $5 for it, and everything that I bought on that day is going to be paid off because I sent it in for $90. So, can't beat that, right? Okay, let's see if I can remember. Oh, we also went to another place that's not that far from where I live, and typically this place has, it's another antique co-op place, so it has vintage stuff and non-vintage stuff, and sometimes the stuff that they get in there is a little tacky, outdated, and most of it's just overpriced. So I was picking through someone's booth, and they had 50% off all their Christmas stuff and all their other stuff. And they had a section with Christmas cards. Each ones were priced individually, and so I picked out a bunch of them, and then I just kept saying, you know, I don't really like this one that much, I'm not crazy about that one, or that one, or that one, so I just got more and more picky about what I was buying. But I did manage to swipe this one. I really, really like the graphics on it, and the Santa on it is just badass. excuse my language if you guys don't like that, but hey, that's part of me. And I really, really like that it has starbursts on it, as you can see. It does say $1, but I paid 50 cents for that. Okay, now let's get into the other stuff. So anyway, the mall where Deanna is, like I said, there's another mall called Beaver Creek, which is literally, you could walk to it, it's not that far. And this is where I picked up most of this stuff. So let me get to the stuff that I bought at Beaver Creek first. So as you all know, I really do like looking at old media. Sorry, something just made a really loud noise. So I really, really like to pick up the old media, and I really like to see graphics of like all the old stars and everything. So this one, actually two guys that are literally right next to each other have great prices on their stuff. They have, and their stuff moves, so you can tell that they really are pricing things decently. So for $2 a piece, I got these awesome magazines. Motion Picture and Movie Life. This one has Elizabeth Taylor on it. This is from 1958. And I don't want to flip through it because like I have had a lot of long videos because I have consistently shown pages from these. So yeah, $2 a piece for these, you can't beat that. And they actually have the same backing, so that was very cool. So $2 a piece, you can't beat that. This one is from, I think, 1950. Oh, this is from 1958 as well. So this is a motion picture with Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds. I think this was close to the time when Eddie and I think had an affair with Elizabeth Taylor. Around 1958, yeah, because Mike Todd, Liz Taylor's third husband, I think was killed in a plane crash. I think it was in March of '58, and then this was around the time I think that whole scandal blew up. So yeah, that's that. Alright, and this is just a little magazine called Show. It was $2. It just has lots of international stars on it that are, you know, as you can tell from the cover. Very, very cool. I really like looking through these. I usually like to look through the magazines that I'm buying before I buy them just to make sure that I like it, because there were a couple that I flipped through that were from the 50s and they just didn't have graphics, and the ads and stuff just weren't appealing to me. They weren't as vibrant and cool like I like them to be. So, what else do I have? Okay, yeah, so I think that was everything from Beaver Creek that I bought. So from Crossroads, I got some really cool stuff. I can't wait to show you what I bought. Well, I guess the first thing that I'll show you is something that I think you guys may have seen some of in my videos. This is a Santa, dancing Santa ornament. I actually have one in the green pattern. It's like a olivey, like 60s green. And then I also have one that's in blue, which is a little bit more harder to find. These were $5 a piece, and typically that seems like a lot, but I don't see these out at flea markets or anything like that, and he's in pretty darn good shape. The other ones I paid $3 and $4 for. Like I said, you don't really see them at flea markets that often, so I snatched them up when I could. And this guy that my dad bought this for me from had pretty decent prices, so $5 wasn't too much to ask, and technically I didn't pay anything for it because he bought it for me. Alright, so the 4 items that I picked up at Crossroads are pinup related. So for $2, I got this really, really cool, I would date it to maybe the 1930s based on the girl, maybe 30s, 40s. I wish there wouldn't be a glare in here, but I got all my light going in here, so you guys kind of get the picture. And what's really, really interesting is there's a watermark on the glass. You can definitely see that it's old. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it because this is a mirror. But it's for some kind of dairy farm. And it says grade A pasteurized. It almost says like Peggy something Farms and grade A pasteurized. It's watermarked into that. So this was definitely old, and this was in a booth where I think they may have gone to some auction, and then she just priced everything that was in her auction box. Some stuff was a little pricey, but like I said, at any antique store you go to, it's pretty, it varies in pricing. Mostly not the best place to go buy stuff, but you can still find some deals, especially when dealers are holding sales. So this was only $2, and then we went to another dealer that had about 5 of them, and he wanted $14 a piece, so I couldn't pass that up for $2. Alright, from this dealer that I was just telling you about who had the mirrors, He also, well, this guy had a bunch of stuff. He also had some really, really cool, I would date these to probably the late 30s or maybe even the early 40s, like maybe 1940, 1941 or 42 or 43. These are arcade, they call them risque arcade cards. And these were $2.95 a piece. I thought they were super, super cool because, you know, you think about it, this isn't really controversial because, you know, nowadays music artists are dressing like this in their music videos and these like really skimpy outfits. But for the time period, this was pretty racy because we didn't really show off a lot of our body back then, men and women. So those were really cool. So this one is basically just a girl dressed in, you know, a little bit of lace. She's got the fishnet stockings on and she's kind of some see-through stuff. So yeah, that's considered risque. These are called penny arcade cards. So I guess like in the 40s, you went to the arcade, you put a penny in, and I think you got one of these kind of like as a souvenir. So that's that one, and here's the other one. Again, dressed in like lace, see-through lace. Very, very pretty. Very, very elegant and very, very cool. Now this was actually the find of the day. My dad actually spotted these, and he said, if you're not going to buy these, I'm going to, because he was going to sell them. I have been wanting a deck of pinup playing cards for the longest time. Like, I'm not even kidding you. The longest time. And for $9.95, I snatched them right up. It is a complete deck. Well, let me show you the price. And they're in the original case. They are made in Germany. I'm not going to show you all of them because there are 53 of them, and that would just take a lot of time. And we are already 16 minutes in, so sorry guys. But here's what the first girl looks like. Just kind of like some party chick. Totally cool. When you scroll through these pinup cards, you got some pretty cool pieces in there. And these range on eBay from about $30 to $40, so they're not going anywhere anytime soon. And even people in antique malls want like $40 for a 2-pack of these cards or something like that. So I'm not going to pay that. $9.95 was a pretty darn good deal. Oh yeah, I got a couple more pieces from Crossroads. So this is just for my aunt. This is kind of like a late Christmas present. This is just a Federal bright yellow mug. It was $1 in a really, really well-priced booth. So yeah, I got her that. I hope she likes that because I also have a Fire King one for her. Okay, what else do I have here? I know there was something else that I wanted to share with you, or maybe I got through it all. Oh, yeah, elephant in the room here. Hello. Alright, so if my camera or my computer pushes back a little bit, I do apologize because this was the paperweight for it. Alright, so this was one of my favorite pieces that I found that day. This is a 1940s McCoy pottery clown cookie jar. And as you can see, the paint on this guy is phenomenal. I mean, there are parts where it's rough, but it's still in phenomenal shape. All the ones that I've seen in the past in antique stores, or even at an estate sale one time, the paint was coming off, it was completely worn, and it just wasn't in the best of shape. This one, the paint is pristine. It was originally $30, but the booth was having a 25% off sale, so I got this for $22.50. Now, my dad does not like clowns by any means, so this just makes things like this way more attractive to me. Now, you're probably not going to be able to make out McCoy on the bottom of this, because it does have lots of crazing, or actually you might be able to, yeah. In the light, you're definitely be able to make out McCoy pottery. I can't make it out from my perspective because it's so... Actually, I can. If it's in the light, I can see it. Sorry, guys. And, yes, the lid is taped, so he's going to stay like that. And I love him. And there's actually one more piece. I keep saying there's one last piece from this one place, but it isn't. So, I'll tell you why I paid the price for this when I show it to you. How groovy is this wallpaper? Christmas wrapping paper. This is probably late 60s, early 1970s. But how groovy is that? Look at the colors and the patterns on this paper. You've just got blue stripes, you've got some candles, you've got some bells, you've got some blue and pink poinsettias, which are freaking amazing. And you've got Christmas trees and you got these bells. Now, this is made by Carrington Company in Leominster, Massachusetts, which is where all the blow molds are made nowadays. Even back then, they were made there. Now, I did pay $10 for this, and again, that does sound like a lot for just some vintage wrapping paper. But if you piece it out by each roll, that's $1.66 a roll, which is a pretty darn good price. Now, you do know somebody went to an estate sale or even a flea market or a clean out or whatever, and they paid like $2 for this. So, again, $10, not bad, and especially because I bought something that's going to pay this thing right off. So, I've never ever seen wrapping paper like this, much less sealed and in pristine condition. It is open on the bottom. The seal came undone, but this is mint. I'm not even sure if this is worth anything, but it is totally cool, and I love it. I love it so much, and this is going to be something we put out for many, many years to come. And no, we're not going to use it. I'm just kidding. Alright, and now we're going to get to the stuff that I bought at the antique mall today. It wasn't a lot, but again, I bought something for Amazon from there, so everything that I bought today, and I spent a whopping $24.87 at this mall. Now, I might have to show you guys the larger item first, because it's huge. Alrighty. Alright, so how badass is this? This is a huge 50s fiberglass lampshade. And it kind of smells like cigarette smoke, so this must have come out of a house or somebody who smoked for a while. Yeah, it's definitely got that stale cigarette smell, so I'm going to let this air out. Anyway, I was cruising the row that this was in, and I go over and I look at it, and I'm like, oh, you know, this is probably going to be like $50. But lo and behold, the booth was having a 20% off sale, and I looked at the tag. I was shocked at how much it was. $5.99, and then 20% of that, I paid $4.79 for it. Now, as you can see, the wrapping has come loose from the fiberglass. None of the holes are ripped or torn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of that Gemp rope. It's kind of like a rubbery string, and I'm going to restrand it. That'll be a fun project for me, and I have a craft store literally right next door to where I work. So I'll run in there one day, I'll grab some of that black rope, and then I will restring this thing myself. There are no dents or dings or what not in this shade. So this was a really, really good deal, and this is going to be a really fun project for me. So I have to pick it up by the bottom because it is very loose on the top. Alright, so that's one piece that I bought. Now, if you guys remember, a long time ago, I bought, and this was probably like in some of my earliest videos, I bought a really, really cool white lady head vase. Just regular white ceramic like the McCoy clown that I just showed you. And I paid $5 for it, which is a really, really good price. And then I found this one. And Garland Girl 21 actually found one of these, and she got one on eBay, I think. She paid like $20 for it, which is still a pretty decent price, and she got it for free shipping. The one that I have, the other one that matches this, almost looks like Lauren Bacall with the hairstyle that she has. This one, like Gigi said, it looks more like Betty Grable, I guess you could say, with the hair. No cracks or chips. She was $10, and then the booth was having a 15% off sale, so I paid $8.50, and I was perfectly okay with that, because look at the paint that's on her. Still pretty good shape. I mean, her lips are a little rough, but like I said, I like that with these old pieces, because they just kind of say, hey, I was used and I was loved, so yeah, $8 wasn't bad. Alright, and the last piece that I want to share with you all is something that I think is super, super cool, and again, it was on sale. It was $7.96. About $10 is what it goes for on eBay, so I basically paid a little less than what eBay was charging. So this is, again, another pinup-related item. This is a Pinup Ashtray. Let's see if it'll zoom so you guys can see what the image is. So it's just a girl. I guess she's holding a towel up above so she's not showing herself. It shows a cute situation. There's a dog in the bathtub. And this is for Frank Burkholder Inc., which is a coin-operated machines company. And it was actually local to them, Chambersburg, PA. And I guess the manager's name at the time was Harry Snyder. So this was $7.96. Very, very cool. It's tin litho. Now, I'm not trying to promote smoking by any means, but I really, really liked the art on it. And this is the kind of thing that I've seen people at flea markets try to charge like $15 and $20 for. So when I saw it for $9.95 and I saw that it was going to have a discount on it, I jumped on it because it is such a cool piece, and I don't see these for very cheap very often. So I thought $7 was a pretty fair price, especially when I did a completed listing on eBay. So yeah, that's everything that I managed to pick up in the last few weeks. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you'd like to follow me on other social media platforms, all that is linked down in the description box below. And also, if you are interested in buying in that Ray Dunn Hustle mug, go ahead and leave me a comment below as well. And thank you all for watching.